Hello everyone, please contact Professor Robert for a sample or a customized paper of the following or any other assignment. HRMT19020 Perspectives on Organizational. Description. Assessment tasks. 1 report. Assessment title. Business report. Individual. Task description. Purpose. This assessment task gives you the opportunity to enhance your research, analysis, critical thinking and written communication skills, particularly in relation to developing an argument in the context of business report writing. Task description. You are required to write a business report, 1600 words plus 10%. You are expected to engage in extensive research of the academic literature, peer-reviewed journals, relevant to the task and evidence your argument from scholarly sources, as well as other relevant reference material, including using organizational examples. This assessment is designed to further develop critical appraisal of organizational issues, and specifically analyzing approaches to change management. Please do not commence this assessment without referring to the specific assessment task information provided on the Moodle site for this unit. Penalties for late submission are applied according to the policy. Assessment due date, Week 6 Monday, 24 August 2020, 11:45 p.m. Online. View the online submission system on the Moodle unit site. Return date to students. Assessments will be returned after the marking and moderation processes are completed. Weighting, 40%. Assessment criteria. Assessment Item 1 Marking criteria for the business report. Content. Does your report demonstrate a thorough knowledge and critical analysis of the change management issues within a well-developed business report? 20%. A critical review of the academic literature relevant to the identified change management issues, integrated effectively throughout the report to evidence critical analysis. 20%. Appropriateness of evidence-based responses relevant to the change management issues. 20%. Appropriate structure to the argument including a properly constructed introduction and comprehensive conclusion and recommendations. 10%. Relevant and accurate use of the academic literature. Minimum to pass 7.515. This criterion is 6. Academic peer-reviewed journal articles. 15%. Presentation. Does your report demonstrate clarity of expression, grammar, punctuation and correct spelling using Australian English? 5%. Strict conformity to the OPA referencing protocol as set out in the CQU OPA referencing guide. The referencing is appropriate and sufficient throughout the report. 5%. Appropriate presentation including formatting as specified and presented within 1600 words plus 10%. 5%. Referencing style. American Psychological Association 7th edition, OPA 7th edition. Submission. Online. Learning outcomes assess. Identify and critically discuss organizational change failure. Evaluate different perspectives on, and approaches to, organizational change and the theories and assumptions that underpin them. Analyses and critique an organizational change strategy, and discuss the impact of the strategy on the organization, and groups, and individuals within the organization. Graduate attributes: communication, problem solving, critical thinking, information literacy, information technology competence, cross-cultural competence, 2 group work. Assessment title, group report and group presentation. Task description. This is a group assessment with 2 parts. Part A equals a written group report, all group members must contribute, and Part B equals a group presentation, all group members must participate, using an appropriate presentation tool e.g. PowerPoint. Group registration and a group charter also form part of the assessment requirements. Students are required to form groups, 3 members. The group is required to write a report and produce a visual presentation, e.g. PowerPoint, with voiceover. Each group member must be personally visible at the beginning of the presentation. The assessment examines your ability to work effectively and productively as a group, constructively evaluate organizational change management and implementation issues, and construct and present a structured, evidence-based argument. You will be provided with a scenario. Part A equals a written report which must be 1600 words plus 10% and incorporate as a minimum 7 relevant academic peer-reviewed journal articles. Part B equals a group presentation based on the content of the written report whereby each group member must contribute and present for a minimum of 4 minutes, so the group presentation for 3 members is a total of 12 minutes. In the presentation, you are encouraged to use innovative ways to more effectively present the group's ideas to the executive management team. All students will upload the group voice-over presentation, e.g. PowerPoint, and the group report to Moodle. Group registration. All groups must be registered on Moodle by the due date. Students are encouraged to find group members. It is the responsibility of all students to register as the member of the group on Moodle by the due date. Please do not commence this assessment without referring to the specific assessment task information provided on the Moodle site for this unit. Penalties for late submission are applied according to the policy. Assessment due date, Week 10 Monday, 21 September 2020, 11:45 p.m. Online via the assessment link on the Moodle unit site. Return date to students. Assessments will be returned after the marking and moderation processes are completed. Weighting, 50%. Assessment criteria. Assessment Item 2 Marking criteria for the group report and group presentation. Content. Does your submission demonstrate registration of the group members on Moodle by due date? 5%. Submission of the group charter by due date and quality of content. 5%. A thorough knowledge and critical analysis of the change management issues within a well-developed business report. 10% report, 5% presentation. A critical review of the academic literature relevant to the identified change management issues, which should be embedded in the discussion, not presented separately. 15% report, 5% presentation. Appropriateness of evidence-based response relevant to the change management issues. 10% report, 5% presentation. Relevant and accurate use of the academic literature. Minimum to pass this criterion is at least 7 relevant academic journal articles in the report, and a minimum of 5 relevant and appropriate references from the report references you choose to feature in the presentation. 10% report, 5% presentation. A self-evaluation and contribution analysis. 10% presentation. Does your submission demonstrate report format, professionalism of the business report, clarity of expression, grammar, punctuation and correct spelling using Australian English? 5% report. Presentation. Professional approach including presentation tool, team member presentation skills, respective contributions, creativity. 5% presentation. Strict conformity to the referencing style of the referencing protocol as set out in the CQU APA referencing style. 3% report, 2% presentation. Referencing style. American Psychological Association 7th edition, APA 7th edition. Submission. Online. Group. Learning outcomes assess. Evaluate different perspectives on, and approaches to, organizational change and the theories and assumptions that underpin them. Analyses and critique an organizational change strategy, and discuss the impact of the strategy on the organization, and groups, and individuals within the organization. Prepare effective communications regarding change initiatives that can positively influence key organizational stakeholders. Engage and collaborate with team members to critically analyze organizational change strategies. Graduate attributes: communication, problem solving, critical thinking, information literacy, teamwork, information technology competence, cross-cultural competence, ethical practice. 3. Self-assessment. Assessment title: personal reflection, individual. Task description. Purpose. The primary purpose of this assessment item is to assist you to develop skills in critical thinking in the analysis of your personal readiness for change. The secondary purpose of this assessment task is to give you the opportunity to enhance your analysis, critical thinking and written communication skills. Description. This assessment task is all about you. You are required to write a personal reflection, 500 words plus 10%, critically discussing the results of your change readiness assessment tool, including identifying focus areas in relation to change readiness that you want to develop to enhance your career options. This reflection must link to the key change concepts covered in this unit. Please do not commence this assessment without referring to the assessment task information provided on the Moodle unit site. Penalties for late submission are applied according to the policy. Assessment due date. Review exam week Monday, 12 October 2020, 11:45 p.m. Online via the assessment link on the Moodle unit site. Return date to students. Assessments will be returned and marks released after grade certification. Weighting, 10%. Thanks for watching.